أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear students. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the IOU's orientation for the fall 2023 semester. You have been given the blessing of walking on the path of knowledge of Allah and His final message. We ask Allah to bless you on this journey and to accept it from you and reward you as long as you are on this path. Ameen. In our orientation session today, we will explore the concept of mindful learning in the age of distractions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran in Surah Al-Mujadilah, verse number 11, يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. Allah will raise those who have believed among you and those who were given knowledge by degrees. And in Surah Al-Ra'd, verse number 11, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. This portion of the verse in Surah Al-Mujadilah reminds us that belief and attaining knowledge are among two qualities of excellence in a person, and that these are the reasons for a person to excel and be elevated among others. We may not understand why a person is distinguished or stands out among others, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees this station due to belief and due to having been given knowledge. Also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala affirms in Surah Al-Ra'd that He Jalla Jalaluhu does not change a nation or a people until they have changed themselves. We must seek change, that is transformation first. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make that transformation easy and accessible. Dear students, we are experiencing a technical issue. Please bear with us for a moment. Jazakumullah khair. Dear students, thank you for bearing with us. Please wait for a minute as we streamed live very soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear students. Thank you for patiently bearing with us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you abundantly for your patience. Subhanallah, technical delays. Anyways, brothers and sisters, so without further ado, inshallah, let us continue where we stopped. So, inshallah, in today's orientation session, we will be going through the following information for you, bi'idhnillah. We will begin our orientation session with the Chancellor's address to all the students, moving on to a discussion on the different offered programs at the International Open University. We will then move on to discuss the available study material and the course evaluation scheme at IOU, the study method, semester cycle, and how you can seek support from the faculty members, inshallah. We will then move on to discuss how you can register for IOU approved exam centers, the importance of assignments, and an official address to the scholarship students. Moving on to discussion on how you can manage your time with our student counselor, how you can seek support from the Student Affairs Office, and we will then have a short tutorial on how you can navigate through your student dashboard, inshallah, and the different available services within the student dashboard. We will then discuss the Student Representative Council and how you can be a part of the local student committee of IOU. Moving on to how the Student Code of Conduct works and how you can register any grievances that you may have. Finally, moving on to a Q&A session with Sister Sana Khan and concluding the orientation session with a vote of thanks. Dear students, I'm sure all of you are very familiar with Dr. Bilal Phillips, who is the founder and chancellor of IOU. He begins our session with a personal address to you. Dr. Bilal is a Jamaican-Canadian Islamic scholar. Shortly after his reversion to Islam, he embarked on a spiritual academic journey to the other side of the world, seeking Islamic knowledge in Saudi Arabia, where he completed a bachelor's in Islamic studies in Al-Madinah, a master's in Islamic theology in Riyadh, and later a PhD at the University of Wales in Islamic theology. Dr. Bilal Phillips has written, translated, and commented on over 50 published books on various Islamic topics. He has also edited and published the 56-book Iman reading series for children and presented Islamic programs for a number of years on Riyadh Channel, Sharjah TV, as well as Peace TV, Huda TV, Islam Channel, and The Deen Show. Without any further delay, dear students, Dr. Bilal Phillips.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. And anti-religious custom. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. The world today is a cauldron of confusion, with new ideologies being thrust into the forefront of the media. Education is changing. People are being driven towards confrontational and anti-religious customs. We are living in a time when adhering to Islamic values is indeed like clinging on to hot coals. In the midst of all of this, the International Open University, IOU, stands firmly committed to offering higher education infused with Islamic values in all fields of study. Being faced with the tribulations of our current times, while remaining laser-focused with determination and steadfastness based on authentic knowledge, promotes success in weathering the tempest of the modern anti-religious onslaught. IOU remains an anchor in the midst of this chaos by providing its students the ability needed to avert them from being swayed away from attaining their goals as a direct result of deviation from Allah's path. Instead of losing course, all of us at IOU strive to push ahead, determined to work towards our goals. Seeking knowledge is a lifelong obligation for Muslims. Talabul ilmi farida ala kulli Muslim. We are encouraged to learn new knowledge and skills. We are also admonished to use this knowledge for the benefit of ourselves, the betterment of our families, our societies, and humanity in general. Whether it be a trade, a hobby, or knowledge, all newly acquired information can be used to better our lives and the lives of those around us. With that, IOU is proud to announce the introduction of some new streams of study, insha'Allah, coming in the fall of 2023. MSc in Psychology, MAIS, which is research-based, and a Master's in Arabic Linguistics, which is also research-based. Maintaining the focus on providing the Ummah with quality Islamic education to revive the grandeur to the Islamic nation. IOU is also working on introducing the Master's level studies in IBEF, Islamic Banking, Economics, and Finance. Also Masters in Business Administration and Education in the near future, by Allah's permission and by Allah's grace. The International Open University has been instrumental in bringing education to the Ummah for over a decade. What began as a single degree program of study in Islamic studies has flourished into the General Diploma in Islamic Studies, which is free, the GQMC, which is the Global Quran Memorization Center, providing for thousands to study the Quran, to memorize the Quran, wherever they are in the world. And a degree campus of 7 majors, Islamic Studies being the initial degree, which later evolved into degrees in Psychology, Education, Information Technology, Business Administration, Islamic Economics, and Arabic Language. IOU also has programs for those who speak Russian, Indonesian, and Urdu. While the world struggled to offer education online during the COVID outbreak, IOU was already in place and ready to continue providing authentic knowledge to the Islamic nation. It was fully capable of delivering the quality learning experience required for the future of online education. With Allah's blessings, IOU seeks to add to the body of knowledge that it is providing to the Ummah in the next semester and in the near future. Muslims are instructed by Allah to be mindful. Allah challenges us in the Quran in Surah Muhammad, verse 24. He said, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Do they not reflect upon the Quran, or are their hearts locked up? We are admonished not only to read the Quran and to learn it, to memorize it, but to reflect and be mindful of the Quran and what it contains, to make the conscious decision to follow it and to act upon it, to act upon what Allah has sent in His final message. Therefore, mindful learning is the basis of a Muslim's education. Deciding to learn knowledge, whether Islamic studies and learning about Allah and His messages sent to humankind throughout human history, or to learn otherworldly knowledge. However, all within the scope of Islamic principles, which would be, inshallah, pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Each Muslim will be asked about the time he or she has spent from the time he or she was given. We can use the new life situations to fall into despair and our own destruction, or we can choose to refocus our intentions, to redirect our lives and the use of our time, which is a gift given to us by Allah, to be mindful of our situations and what may be a new direction given to us by Allah for our future, and to learn new knowledge and skills and improve the ummah with this knowledge. Mindful learning is making the choice to study Islamic studies or to study other sciences from an Islamic perspective, being conscious of what we learn, who we learn from, and how we learn. What we learn, we should be learning about Allah and His final message, which is included in the worldly subjects as well, so that all knowledge is gained and utilized in ways which Allah approves. Who do we learn from? We should be learning from reputable scholars who have learned from reputable scholars, whose knowledge is taken from original sources. How we learn? Putting in the requisite time and effort to learn what is taught well, and revising this knowledge, making the knowledge a part of us and not just something we pass through. Beneficial knowledge is so important. We have supplications both for it and against its opposite. The Prophet ﷺ taught us, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a. Oh Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge. And he also taught us saying, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa'. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from useless knowledge. Therefore, mindful learning is also analyzing the knowledge at hand and deciding if it is actually beneficial or not, and focusing on that which is of benefit, while using that focus to direct our lives and the lives we influence towards pleasing Allah and ultimately bringing us closer to Him. I ask Allah to make this a beneficial year for all of those who are connected to IOU, as student body, faculty, and administration, and to bless our efforts and accept them as sincerely made for His pleasure. Ameen. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakumullahu khairan kathira, Dr. Bilal. We ask Allah to bless your efforts and preserve you for the IOU and the Ummah. Dear students, it is imperative that we familiarize ourselves with the category our program falls under, as the rules governing these categories are different. You may check the name of your program at the top right corner of your account after login. At the moment, IOU offers two kinds of programs: revised programs that consist of a new curriculum and the ongoing programs that consist of an old curriculum. Under revised programs, we have undergraduate programs like Bachelor of Arts in Arabic Language Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Islamic Studies, Bachelor of Science in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance, Bachelors of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Bachelor of Education with a concentration in English. We also offer graduate programs like Master of Arts in Islamic Studies with an orientation in research, Master of Arts in Arabic Language Studies, again with an orientation in research, and a Master of Science in Psychology and Islamic Counseling. Moving on to the ongoing programs, we offer postgraduate certificate programs like the Bridge to Master of Arts in Islamic Studies, Bridge to Masters in Arabic Language. We have graduate programs like the Master of Arts in Islamic Studies, undergraduate programs like Bachelor of Science in Information and Technology, certificate programs like Certificate in Business Administration, Certificate in Psychology, Certificate in Islamic Banking and Economics and Finance, certificate in information and technology, and certificate in education. We also offer associate degree programs like the associate degree in business administration, the associate degree in psychology, associate degree in Islamic banking and economics, associate degree in information and technology, and associate degree in education. Finally, we also offer open education programs like the intensive Arabic program and an audit stream. Dear students, once enrolled into the IOU courses, you have access to the following study material which will aid you in your studies. The course text. The course text is the core text that will be used for the course. It is available as an e-copy on your course dashboard that can be downloaded. Next, we have the module or the unit audios or videos that are recorded sessions of the explanations of the topics covered in the book. The content of the audio and video lessons is the same. The supplementary recorded sessions are additional recordings by the course teacher to help you understand the concepts better. This is followed by the midterm and final study questions, which will help you gauge your understanding of the topic. Please note that this is not a document that gives you access to the questions that will appear in the exams. It is only for practice. For the exams, you are advised to study from all the material listed above. The course evaluation at IOU is done through multiple ways, and the aggregate is considered at the end. In simple words, each type of coursework contributes a certain fixed percentage to the final course grade. Please note that there is only one assignment to be submitted per course. The MAIS course-based courses have research papers to be submitted, and all specific information can be accessed from the schedule. Each module or unit has a small test to be attempted in order to proceed with the next module test. You should be knowing which course category you fall under, revised or non-revised, as the exam pattern is slightly different. For all revised programs, the midterm and final exams are of two parts. Part A has the multiple choice questions, while Part B are open-ended questions. As for the non-revised programs, it is only one part with multiple choice questions. These are the essentials on the course page in order to ensure that effective learning takes place. Number 1, event schedule and calendar for marking all important dates. Number 2, course syllabus section. Now, this section offers a detailed analysis of what you will be studying throughout your course. Number 3, course textbooks for each course or module. The textbooks will be provided by IOU and available on your course dashboard. This is essential throughout the course as the course teacher will be using this book to proceed. Next, make sure you watch or listen to course module audios or videos. The content on the audio file is exactly the same as the video file. However, students find it useful sometimes to download the audio and play it while they're working or commuting. This is an extremely useful feature as our students have vouched for it as well. Next, we have the course notes section. These notes are not written by IOU, but have been shared by our dedicated students. You may refer to this section, but IOU is not liable for any errors on it. And lastly, you can seek clarification through the Students' Discussion Forum and Ask the Teachers Forum, as well as by emailing your course faculty. These forums are a good platform for the teachers and students to discuss their questions or seek clarifications. Study method. For revised programs, the study method for revised programs is different from the rest of the programs at IOU. Please note that under revised programs, there are two parts of the midterm exams as well as final exams. Part A consists of 30 MCQ questions that constitute to 60% weightage of the exam total. Part B consists of open-ended questions that constitute for the remaining 40% of weightage. Please note, dear students, that the number of questions will vary from course to course. For midterms as well as final exams, Students are requested to attempt their exams from the designated center. The maximum allowed duration to complete the program for full-time students is 6 years, and for part-time students is 9 years. For students of revised programs, please note that the accelerated plan is not available. Students of revised programs will not be allowed to retake a particular module or course more than 3 times. Students of the revised programs who do not complete at least 25 credits from first-year curriculum within first-year calendar year shall not be allowed to continue the program. Study method for different programs. So for revised programs, the midterm exams, as I mentioned before, are required to be attempted at an IOU-approved exam center. Also, the final exams are required to be attempted at an IOU-approved exam center. However, for students of all programs except revised programs, MAIS, and PhD, the midterm exams are required to be attempted at home, while the final exams are required to be attempted at an IOU-approved exam center. Study method for revised programs, that is the Master of Arts in Islamic Studies, Master of Arts in Arabic Language Studies, and Master of Science in Psychology. Please note, dear students, that only the full-time study plan is available for these courses. Different number of modules are included in different courses of these programs. There are different number of credits for each course. You can check the credits by referring to the course curriculum page on the website. There are different number of modules for each courses in each semester. Please note that there are different course evaluation schemes for each of these courses. You can refer to your respective course page to understand the evaluation scheme. And lastly, the midterm exams as well as final exams for these courses are to be attempted at the exam center for theoretical courses. The maximum allowed duration to complete these programs for full-time students is 2 years, for part-time students is 4 years. And please note, there is no acceleration study plan available for these courses. Students will not be allowed to retake a particular module or course more than 3 times. And students who do not complete at least 25 credits from first-year curriculum within first-year calendar shall not be allowed to continue the program. Study method for Master of Arts in Islamic Studies, which is course-based. Dear students, please note that there will be no midterm exams. Research papers, on the other hand, will constitute about 50% in the evaluation scheme, and the first half of the module tests need to be completed by 18th June 2023. Please note that you need to review the reading material, view and listen to the lectures using the notes provided and adding your own, and then attempt the module test. Study method for the intensive Arabic program. Dear students, please note that the intensive Arabic program is divided into 2 sessions, named Fall 2023 Session 1 and Fall 2023 Session 2. Fall 2023 Session 1 commenced on 1st September 2023, and Fall 2023 Session 2 shall commence on 24th of November 2023. Dear students, please note that each semester has 2 sessions, each with a midterm and a final exam. In each of these sessions, you can only study 1 course at a time. Each course is a prerequisite to the next course. That means you can only enroll in IAP Arabic 102 after passing IAP Arabic 101 course. Also, dear students, please note that the event schedule and calendar for the intensive Arabic program is completely different from the other offered programs. The intensive Arabic program students can see the IAP calendar on the student dashboard.
You through how a course page looks like. So this is the course page that we have logged into. The main area of the course page will include course forums. Here you have any announcement pertaining to that particular course. By a course, we mean a subject and not the program. So you may be in a program BAIS degree, but in that you are in a course, say Aqidah 101, or that is AQD 101. So this is how a course page looks like. You have the course forum wherein you have the announcements portal where all announcements pertaining to that course will be made by a course teacher. Followed by Ask the Teacher. This is a forum wherein you can post a query directly to your teacher and she will get back to you on the portal itself. Students Discussion Forum is for students to discuss amongst themselves of any doubt that they have when covering the program or anything related to the course itself. Technical Feedback Forum is for those who would like to report a technical issue they face on the course page. Moving ahead, the next block is course text and study material. Here, all the text material that you require for this course will be present over here. And all of this study material is what is mentioned in the modules going ahead. So, in order to access it, you just need to click it and it will get saved onto your device. Course notes section usually includes notes not by the university but made by the semester students of the earlier semesters. So you may access them and go through it, but IOU does not take liability for those notes as those are not prepared by IOU itself. You have live sessions next, which is under this block you might have the recordings of the previous live sessions, or you will also have the link to the upcoming live sessions under this block. After that commences the modules, wherein you have all the modules, and under modules you will have the module notes, you will have the module audio, module video, which will be divided into parts or it will be a single video. The module audio is nothing but the audio of the video and it is not different from the video in any way. It is usually utilized by those students who would like to download the lessons and listen to them while doing their other chores or going through their commitments. If some modules do not have a PDF attached to it, it just means that there is no PDF required for that particular module, and in some courses you will see that the page numbers are mentioned. If the page numbers are mentioned, you are requested to go through the course text and study material to see which book and which page numbers are referenced. Towards the middle of the course page, you will find an assignment page. Research paper is only applicable for certain courses and not all courses. You will find an assignment page, and in the assignment page you can then go through the assignment that is listed out for you along with the details that are mentioned in. For example, this assignment over here, when you click on the assignment, it will give you instructions in the first go, and then it will also inform you of all the specifications that you need to be aware of. And here you have the question in the form of a PDF, which you need to download, and then based on the instructions given, you need to complete the assignment. After the assignment, you have certain study questions. Please note that these study questions are not the only questions that you need to memorize or you need to study for the exams. There can be questions that are asked outside these study questions. Following which you have the midterm exam, which will be activated at the time of the midterm, and before that you will have no access to it. So when it is time for the midterms, during that period only this portal will be open. All you need to do is click on this link and it will take you to the exam page. Following that, you have the remaining modules, which are laid out in the same manner as the other modules are laid out, and each module ends with a module test, which is compulsory for you to attend in order to activate the module test of the next module. Towards the end of the course page, you have the link to the final exam. Just like the midterm exam, this link will only be active when it is time for the exams to begin, that is during the exam week only, this link will be active. Apart from that, on the course page, on the right side of the course page, you have the teacher contact details, and this teacher will be the one who is going to support you through the course. You have their name, their email ID. In some cases, you also have their phone number and their office timings. Below that, you have the evaluation scheme, wherein the session tests are nothing but the module tests. The module tests contribute to 15% of the course grade. Midterm exam contributes to 30%, final exam 40%, assignments 15%, and that constitutes the passing mark of 50%. Below that, you have components. This is all for you to have a look at a glance. You know that this particular course has got 34 modules, out of which 17 modules are what you need to prepare for your midterm exam. And for your final exam, you need to prepare for the other 17 modules, and there is one assignment in this particular course. So this can serve as a quick check for you as in terms of planning out when and how you need to complete the modules, and it also helps you to check it off saying that I've completed the modules. Now I can move ahead to the midterms and then the finals and then the assignments.
Dear students, I hope you understood the placement of the different elements of your course page in the tutorial you just watched. You may also log into your course page and try testing what you've learned so far. Moving on to the semester cycle. Dear students, this is the official semester cycle of IOU. As you're aware, the semester commenced already on the 1st of September 2023, followed by the orientation session that we have today and the previous sessions that we had in the past 2 weeks. Shortly after, students can expect to receive the assignment questions, followed by the commencement of the midterm exam period. Once the normal midterm exam period ends, the deadline to submit assignments in the normal period begins, followed by the late assignment submission period and the late midterm exam period. The students are then required to register for exam centers in preparation of the final exam period, followed by the late final exam period, which marks the end of a semester at IOU. Dear students, it is important to remember that the primary source for clearing your doubts or concerns about each course is the course teacher. Use any of the methods available through the course page to contact your teacher. That's via email, Ask the Teacher forum, or a phone call within the teacher's office hours. Social media groups are also set up to help you as a student to reach out to other students. However, this does not replace the direct guidance from a course teacher. I would like to stress here that while it is not permissible for your course teacher to give you the correct answer on a missed module test question, this in no way implies that the course teacher is prevented from helping you concerning the modules and the test questions. You are permitted to inform your teacher of any missed question on a test and verify that it is indeed incorrect, as computer errors occur and it may be marked incorrectly. In this case, the course teacher will manually adjust the mark, giving you the credit that you deserve. If your answer is incorrect upon checking, the course teacher is allowed to clarify any misunderstanding of the information and direct you to the part of the lesson or reading material or lecture where you can find the correct answer. Also note that inquiries that mention the module test questions should never be posted in the discussion forum. Instead, they should be sent via email directly to your respective course teacher. Dear students, IOU scheduling and operations run on UTC time. Do you know the time difference between your local time and UTC? Here's an activity. Type your city and country, the current time, and the difference between UTC and your current time. Currently, it's almost 6 a.m. UTC, so calculate the difference and share on the chat window. Exam centers. Dear students, please note that it is compulsory to attempt midterm and final exams at the IOU approved exam centers. Please note that the IOU approved exam centers are separate organizations. Students must make complete arrangements with IOU approved exam centers beforehand. The exam center registration procedure includes contacting approved exam centers via email, call, and a physical visit, checking availability for midterm and final exam dates and time, checking availability for your gender, checking if there's any fee that's being charged, and checking if the center is open on the weekends and the weekdays. In case you don't find a suitable center, you can suggest one if there is no suitable center near you or the existing center is far away from you. Students are responsible to contact any proposed center and make all arrangements prior to notifying IOU about adding them as an exam center. Importance of focusing on assignments and research papers. Dear students, you are researchers. Your research begins now. While asking questions is okay and helpful, as a researcher, you should begin by trying to find the answers to queries yourself by searching for them. Especially in the MAIS, they consist of a major portion of the overall grade, even in undergraduate studies. However, there is more to the research put into assignments than just attaining a mark. The various projects also develop various skills required for many types of research and verification of information in life. Dear students, please note that we have a Telegram group for assignments and research papers for brothers and sisters. If you wish to be added into those groups, please contact Help Desk. There are some points worth mentioning concerning this scholarship program at IOU. Number one, the funds allotted for the scholarships are donated by generous donors, especially reserved for the deserving. It is expected that the students on scholarship will give the opportunity its due right by performing well. Next, the scholarship students are requested to enroll in minimum 6 courses and pass them all. BSc psychology students must enroll in at least 5 courses and ensure to pass all. For IAP students, they're required to enroll and pass in 1 course. Being a scholarship student, please note, dear students, you will not be allowed to drop courses or switch programs. Next, awarding of subsequent scholarships ultimately depends upon your academic performance. IOU holds the authority to renew, levy fines, and even terminate the scholarship based on the level of compliance with the scholarship policies. Dear students, effective studies require good time management skills. Here are a few tips to help you manage your time better. Number one, begin by renewing your intention. Ask yourself, who am I doing this for? How can I please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by studying? Once you renew your intention, prepare a schedule. Find a good time to study during the day. Make sure you're studying at the right place and at the right time. Next, mark all important dates such as exams and assignment deadlines on your personal calendar. Marking them on your personal calendar, such as on your phone, will keep you notified about incoming deadlines. Lastly, make sure to take breaks and practice stress management techniques like deep breathing so as to keep yourself relaxed and calm. At the Student Affairs Office, we strive to engage in all aspects of students' lives and collaborate with students, faculty, staff, alumni, and many others in the delivery of key services and support to students. We aim to offer number one, programs and services that support the optimal growth of students and enhance their intellectual, social, religious, and academic development by providing opportunities for students to experience education and explore interests beyond the classroom. Secondly, we aim to increase student engagement in university activities by providing and promoting quality services and programs. We also aim to support a diverse community of learners to enhance student life and create opportunities to develop students as ethical and responsible leaders who make positive impact in the community. We also aim to increase student retention by creating a more inclusive and supportive environment that fosters a sense of connectedness to the university. Finally, our dedicated team offers several services to students to assist them with their academic journey at IOU. The various services and offices of the Student Affairs Office are there for you to provide seamless study experience. Hence, you may contact Student Information and Support Center for any administrative queries you have by sending them an email through the Contact Us form on Student Support tab on the dashboard or send an email to helpdesk at iou.edu.gm. Student Success Team aims to see students successfully complete their education at IOU. Hence, you will find the team contacting you via call as well as some social media apps and would try to keep you on track. You can also schedule an appointment for live call to discuss your concerns. Our student counselor can help you in time management and developing various study skills so that you ace your studies. Get in touch with our student counselor by filling up the form available on the student counseling page. Students with special needs are also encouraged to get in touch with our student counselor. Lastly, we encourage you to download Telegram on your smartphone and get in touch with your fellow senior students to get study support and motivation.
Login page, once you enter your username as well as your password and we log in, this is how your dashboard would look at the beginning. There are a couple of components over here that we need to go through in order to access the different features that are there on the dashboard and also for us to complete the courses that we are enrolled in. Starting off at the top, under My Courses, you will see a drop down. This will give you an idea of the courses that you are enrolled into. Currently, if the student is enrolled into one course, we can see the first course over here, and if there are many other courses, those can be seen over here under My Courses. Now, if you want to access the courses that you have enrolled into quite easily, then this is your place. You just come over here, click on the drop down, and then you can gain access to your courses. Other than that, next to it, you have the Courses button. And when you click on the Courses button, you have multiple tabs that you can gain access to. The first one is the enrolled courses. This is a list of courses that you are enrolled into as a student. The student is currently enrolled into Orientalism, that is DHD 502, and the course is hyperlinked. So if you open when you click on the hyperlink, you can directly go to the course page. Next, over here, it will also give an idea about the course grade as to what is the course grade for that particular course. Now, as you can see over here, that the course does not have any grades recorded, and that is why it shows cannot view any grades. Over here, it will tell you the number of modules that are pending for you. So in this course, for the student, module 1, starting from module 1, the student hasn't attempted. So that's the module that it is showing you. Suppose you have completed 10 modules, it will show you module 11 over here, and you can directly access the course and the modules from this tab. Under all courses, you have the list of courses that are available in your program. So you can have a look at all the courses that are available in your program under all courses. Under completed courses, you will get an idea about how many courses have you completed and the grade that is put against it. In case you find some semesters over here in which the courses are not completed, so you can prioritize those and complete them in the upcoming semesters. Next tab is calendar, and the calendar will give you an idea about what are the deadlines of certain the exams or the coursework that is there pertaining to your enrolled program. Next is exam centers, and we have two tabs under that. One is info and the other is arrangement. Now under the exam tab, you will have all information of your exam centers and other details on how to register for it. Now in case you do not have a center in your area and you would like to register for a new center, under exam centers you have the tab that says arrangement. When you click on that, you will get all the details of the center that you can possibly recommend to IOU to act as the center for the exams. The existing center information will be available under info, and all of that information will be visible to you as soon as the portal opens. You will only be able to see those centers that are in the country that you have registered from. In case you would like to apply for a center for a non-resident country, you will see a link in which you need to click. But all information regarding an exam centers can be accessed through this tab at the top. Then you have student support, which is divided into multiple areas of student affairs office. We have semester cycle, student handbook, and so on and so forth. So anything that you would like to refer to in order to understand how things work, or even a set of how-tos, for example, how to register for the Tajweed class, how to unenroll from a course, how to apply for a waiver, all of this can be found under student support. When clicking on the right tab, you will be directed to the whole set of information. Apart from this, what is important for us is at the right side, top right side, you will see your name as well as their student ID. Many students wish to know their student ID is exactly at the top right of your dashboard. What you see in terms of the time over here is the UTC time. So this becomes a good reference point for you. All you need to do is compare this time with your local time, and then you will understand how ahead or how behind you are of the UTC time. This is extra beneficial during examinations when you have the portals getting closed at 6 p.m. UTC. So instead of converting the time to your local time zone, and which may result in some mistakes, all you need to do is look at this clock at the top right in order to understand what is the UTC time. Moving on. At the banner that you have over here, you once again have calendar, announcements, all courses, course enrollment, grade history, and help desk. Calendar is similar to what you saw at the top. Apart from that, you have announcements. As a student at IOU, wherein we are using the online medium, it is absolutely essential for us as students to ensure that we check the announcements portal all the time in order to check for any latest announcements. So here you have an entire, it becomes an announcement board or a notice board wherein we have all the important information, all important announcements made on this portal. Next, you have all courses, which is similar to the courses tab that we saw on top, followed by course enrollment. This is used in when you wish to enroll into your courses. Grade history will show you all the grades of the completed courses so far, which will be divided as per the semesters in which you have completed it in. And then you have help desk in order to raise a query directly from your dashboard without emailing. All you need to do is key in your subject, select the issue type, write down a brief about the issue, and if you have a supporting document, add it on and submit it. You don't have to go and create an email from your inbox. You can directly send a query from your dashboard. The next important part of your dashboard is the schedule block. Here you will be able to see the academic calendar based on the program that you're enrolled in, and here you only have a view of all the important dates that are required in terms of your coursework. Furthermore, you will have additional details in terms of these information blocks that are given at the bottom of the dashboard, and these information boxes are self-explanatory and it can be utilized in order for you to go through any academic concerns if you have. This is for normal course enrollment, early course enrollment, and these are the extra course enrollments. Like I mentioned, these names are self-explanatory, so for any query or any portal that you wish to access, you're requested to come to the dashboard and go through these blocks that are mentioned over here and click on the relevant link. For example, if you have any exemption request, you will go through the request block and then select the one that is applicable. Under documents, it is all referring to the document requests that you have or the ones that you would like to apply for. Exams, the exam center info that we spoke about at the beginning is also mentioned over here. Any error reports that you need to make, fee issues, student services, support, all of these blocks are on your dashboard from where you can access all the information that is required.
IOU has an international body of student representatives of both IOU staff as well as students who are based in different parts of the world. They can be reached via email or telegram. Dear students, you can find your local student committee, or if there isn't one, you can make one by contacting SCA Officer 2 at iou.edu.gm. To view and reach out to our representatives and student committees, visit www.iou.edu.gm/representatives. Code of Conduct. While it is the goal we strive for at IOU that all members, including the administration, staff, and students, have a positive and beneficial experience while affiliated with IOU, we do realize that Shaitan never rests. Stirring up animosity, especially among Muslim brothers and sisters, is one way for Shaitan to attain the goal of separating believers from aspects of following the deen. Therefore, just as every institute needs a code of conduct to promote a positive and balanced environment in which to operate, IOU as well has outlined some detailed protocols with regards to studies, examinations, social media, communication with the faculty, and live webinars. Please familiarize yourself with the code of conduct accessible through the student support dashboard. For any student who contravenes these rules, strict disciplinary action shall be taken. The grievance procedure. IOU also opens the channel through which your own complaints and grievances can be heard, and appropriate solutions are then provided. Hence, you all must familiarize yourself with grievance policy as outlined on the Students' Code of Conduct page so that issues are resolved appropriately. Basically, if you have any complaints against any student or staff or faculty member, you should first try to resolve these issues with the relevant person through polite discussion. If this does not resolve the issue, then you can report an academic grievance against any faculty member through the teacher complaint portal. Non-academic grievances can be brought into the attention of the Secretary of the Disciplinary and Grievance Committee by sending an email to grievances@iou.edu.gm. We do wish to remind our students that taking grievances to open social media forums and spreading accusations is not only Islamically reprehensible, it could possibly put the student into a situation of facing account for such rants in front of Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Please, dear students, fear Allah, even in anger, and take appropriate steps to resolve issues. Do not enter into riba and namima over something that should be solved quietly. We remind ourselves first and then others that shielding the misdeeds of others while seeking retribution for actions is because of Allah also covering our own misdeeds that we may not remember. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us all and guide us. Ameen. Dear students, would you be able to take a moment to share your feedback for the orientation session? The link to the feedback form will be shared on the chat window. And now, dear students, we will move on to the Q&A session where you can send in your questions that you either had before the session or have accumulated during the session. We have Sister Sana to answer your questions and clarify any issues you have about the upcoming semester. Sister Sana, over to you.
Sister Saima. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to our very dear guests who have joined us today. I open the floor for questions. You're most welcome to state your queries and I will try and answer them, inshallah. Okay, I see a question by Brother Abdul Razak. He says, good morning, please. Is it possible for a student to partake 2 degree courses simultaneously? For example, enrolling in BAIS while being a student of BAALS. No, I'm sorry, brother, that's not an option because with the revised programs, the dual program option is no longer available. So if you are doing BAALS, you would have to complete that program first before you move to BAIS program. If that answers your question.
Jazakallah khairan kathira, Sister Sana, for your time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you abundantly. Ameen. As we end this session, we give thanks first to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us with the opportunity to learn about His deen without having to traverse the earth for knowledge. This is indeed a huge blessing. We thank Dr. Bilal for conceptualizing affordable online Islamic education and bringing it to the Ummah. And we express our gratitude to all of the shuyukh who teach Islamic knowledge and add Islamic perspective to the secular knowledge, making it relevant to our Ummah. Thanks to all of IOU's behind the scenes staff and volunteers who keep IOU online and running. Finally, thank you, dear students, for attending and being a part of the IOU family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your efforts and increase your reward. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب